Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Tennessee Titans.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And just a yard to go here on second down. Play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Moon, over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And on on 4th down as the punt team sending this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. And he is met at the line. Scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A first carry now. This is Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now he's flushed out left. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. It's Moon. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw, Moon. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Moon. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. John Jenkins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Williams is going to have the 1st down and a little more as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he is going to get this close to the 1st down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 43-yard line. 106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Williams loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Second and 11. Now they'll throw it with Marino. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And finally down it goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play there for the Dolphins. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Takes it at the 7. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Campbell. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll hand this to Campbell, running right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A play fake. Now Moon. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Moon. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But, Charles, you know, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about...
And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Moon to throw. That'll be caught by Cup. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Moon. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big play there just before halftime.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Out of the gun, it's Marino. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. The front office all smiles when the ink went dry on this new contract.
Not only them, how about the coaching staff? Because oftentimes the front office and the coaching staff may have different opinions about the value of a player. I think everyone was in sync on this one. He's a guy that they needed to keep.
From the red zone now, Marino on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Marino here from the gun. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the visiting Saints who were able to walk away with the road victory. Alvin Kamara. What a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, we take the long trip across the country, about as far as you can go. Check on the Seahawks in Seattle. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Russell Wilson, strong as ever, as his guys finished off the first half at 7-1. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Sammy Watkins leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
Now Marino to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And quickly they get to the line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play there for the Dolphins.
There's an example of not taking your practice work, your drill work, and turning it into game speed. You work on that all the time. 3rd and long, you want to let them make the catch, rally to the football, tackle them short of the sticks. The pursuit there, not that great.
Yeah, not great. That may be an understatement. That turned into a big play. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. To throw is Marino. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. A sensational one-handed grab of the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
You're you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Here's Moon. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Taken from just outside the 30. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Now Marino. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now it's Marino. Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Marino sets up. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Marino will throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
To throw again on 2nd down. Marino. He finds his man. Complete. It's Chambers. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Marino. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. On the ground, this is Williams. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. So the first, and now as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. It's the fullback with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the football. He does a dirty one.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called. And then here comes the power right at you. And that play, the big man got into the end zone.
I guess when you're out, you're out. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Moon. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
On 1st down, it's Moon. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Looking to throw. Moon. Under pressure, they got him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is fielded at the 27. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And out come the Dolphins now. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 135 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Marino to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 3 yards the gain there, second down. From the gun, here's Moon. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a first down throw, Moon. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Titans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. That time, a 9-play drive. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And down to the 20. 189 yards rushing for him now as he closes in on a 200-yard night. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. And Marino actually going to look to throw it, eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Tennessee offense set to go again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Moon. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Dolphins, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tonight, from Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Takes it at the 7. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
They'll run on first down. It's Thomas, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Kelly. And Thomas has it. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the back.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. John Jenkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On fourth down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season? Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
First and goal from the 3.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Matt Milano gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the first down sack. Marino dancing to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. It's a big loss of 5 there on second down to bring up third and goal.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Third and goal, Marino. Escaping the pressure right.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. Fourth down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
So, Charles, a nice throw there by a man who, until this week, was the backup here, elevated to get the start due to injury. How different do you think this offense will be?
Well, the hope is not much, but obviously it's hard to say until you get out there and see how your guys respond. And fortunately, this might just be a 1 or 2 week absence. But I do think that this unit has faith in him. They believe that he can play well, and they're going to band together to give him every opportunity. So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
On 1st down, it's Thomas, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 2nd and 8.
They'll try the left side. Thomas, and he's up past the 10 to about the 12. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Here's Kelly. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Kelly. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. This is Thomas. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Kelly to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. From the 16, Kelly. The hitter here, it's complete. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Miami set to take over.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A big play there on the keeper.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. They'll run now with Gaskin. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Gaskin again on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo.
From midfield now, Marino flushed out right. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he's going to go down again. Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They go play action now. Marino, he'll buy some time right. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. Cam Newton leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford strong in the win as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. And finally, on Monday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Williams now on the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him...
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Marino's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And indeed, the flag is out. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Flush to his right.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
Here we go again with Marino. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Miami. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. To throw again on second down, Kelly. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now a first down throw, Kelly. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Kelly. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Kelly. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Here's Kelly to throw. Pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's Gaskin. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
first down marker at the 31. It's third down. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Williams. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. They'll run it with Williams.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go with Williams. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
So what can Marino do here as he leads his guys up going for 2? They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy, let him go to work.
That almost felt like Sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the Sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy.
Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Buffalo set to get the football back here.
And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
A play fake. Now Kelly. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. After the interception, here's Marino sliding out of the pocket. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Brian Flores learned under the master. He's going to go on 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Now a dump off here complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Kelly. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. On 1st and 10, Kelly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, Kelly. Complete. Smith has it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. To throw, Kelly. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st down, it's Kelly. Drops it underneath to Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Throwing again on 2nd down. Kelly. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. To throw is Kelly. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Thomas has got it. Complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time. Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. The Bills say they have it, and they do. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. To try again after the sack, Kelly. And this will be caught at the 30. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Back to throw. Kelly, one last shot at the end zone. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Dolphins come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Miami, they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.